My question is to Freida and to Irfan both. Do you feel that your ethnicity has actually added to your allure in Hollywood? Point in case example, someone like, let's say, Salma Hayek, Javier Bardem, Antonio Banderas were very, very successful Latin and Spanish-speaking actors who've actually been accepted beautifully into Hollywood. So do you feel this is the time for Indian actors to be sort of opening doors for themselves? And does that necessarily add to your allure, Freida?
You know, that's a very good question because when I had my first meeting with my agent, it's very important to get an agent in Hollywood, or it's very, very hard to get film projects. And I asked her, how is it that you're going to help me find work? You know, how are you going to find work? Look at my ethnicity, look at my skin color. And she looked at me and she said, don't try to fit in, stick out. And when she said that, I was like, okay, I need to start embracing who I am and not trying to change myself and fit into the Hollywood concept of the Hollywood actress. I can be me, I can be international, and I can prove it. So yes, I don't think they gave me an opportunity as much to use the so-called ethnicity. I used it, and I decided to change it. I think it's very important how you present yourself as well. If I had to do a string of films where I did play the typical Indian girl, I would have dug my own grave there. So I had to make that conscious decision. And so you're right. I hope to, for a very long time, not be the token ethnic girl, because that is not a nice label or tag to have. But I don't mind being the ethnic girl who worked in Hollywood.
Irfan?
Yes, in a way it did. Hollywood is a biggest market. They know how to expand it. And they have been doing it like Spain was in fashion. So the actors from Spain, then after that China came in. They're trying to see the possibilities, different possibilities. All these stories in Hollywood now, you know, they want to go beyond. They want to give variety to the client. So India is the biggest market. The way it happened earlier, you know, we were getting this Miss World again and again every year. You know, there were reasons for that. And similarly, they are trying to explore different grounds. And recently, Life of Pi almost touched 100 crore here, only in India. So they are looking for possibilities. So yes, India is in fashion right now. And there are chances, you know, there will be many films which will be made in India, where the story will be based in India, the actors will be based in India. You see the technicians which worked in Slumdog Millionaire, if they would have worked only in Indian cinema, their talent would have never been recognized. So they give you a kind of, you know, a platform where you can show your talent, but also it's for them it's a new territory, and they will explore it. And there will be many technicians and talent which will find their way through them.
Go for it, Madam Jayashree.
If I may request you to tell us, as an artist, what are the two most fascinating things about accepting a good Hollywood script? Which perhaps you may not get in an Indian script.
Yeah. See the complexity of character, which you don't get it here. You don't get the nuances of performance. You cannot challenge yourself that much. No story, or the way it is written, or the kind of nuances you have to explore in yourself to portray that character, you don't get that chance. And the other thing is the exposure. The exposure is big. We are sitting here because of that, not for my talent.
Also for your
Also.
talent, Irfan.
Also.
Minimally so.
Very true.
This one's for Irfan. I read a previous interview of yours where you spoke about the credibility of the character vis-a-vis Hollywood and the Indian film industry. I thought that was a fascinating comment to make, and I just wanted you to elaborate on that a little bit.
Can you elaborate your question?
In terms of how the character actor is treated on, say, vis-a-vis a Hollywood set, as opposed to a set, and the opportunities that you have in terms of roles written for the character actor as part of an ensemble on a film.
See, when you're doing a Hollywood film, you don't feel like a character actor because you are an intrinsic part of the story. You are a very defined cog in the whole machinery. Here, when you are doing a character actor, you are a character, just a character. You are there to support the protagonist crisis or his dilemmas, whatever. Your own existence doesn't exist. There, the character actor's existence exists. They are themselves has a kind of roundness to it. And the definition of why they are there in the story is very precise. So we misuse character actors for the main lead. That's why here doing a character actor is no fun. You are bracketed as a character actor. Then the stories doesn't come to you. You are not there to deal with the story. For an actor, there's nothing exhilarating than dealing with the story. What the director, why the writer has written that story. What is the nucleus of the story? You want to deal with that crisis and you want to bring your own take on that. But there, even if you are doing a character actor, you can explore these points. Here, you are just there. That's the difference.
But surely, Irfan, now with character actors doing main leads in films like Sahib Bibi, Gangster, and things like that, these things are changing? Do you feel the hope of that? Or like, is Freida going to finally come in and sort of go, things are changing or not?
Oh, it's changing rapidly. Every day, every week is changing for the better. The new generation of cinema goers are forcing the change, and the new generation of filmmakers are bringing that change. And every 15 years, 20 years, the industry goes kind of a transition phase because the whole generation of film goers change. The whole new generation of filmmakers come. So it's changing, and it's changing for the better. And because the audience is also exposed to the world cinema. So they are looking for fresh entertainment. And I believe today's audience, Indian audience, is so eager, and we are so lucky that they're so eager. You just need a good story to say. And they are there because we don't have too many options for entertainment. So every Friday, even if they like one or two scenes, they go. Not like Hollywood, where, if the film is not good, then nobody goes there in the theater. But here, people go. It's like a festivity. They go, they celebrate.
Kalyani.
I just want to ask you, do you ever have a bad hair day? No, that's not my question.
But I actually want to know.
Freida, you are definitely one of our proudest exports, straight from India to Hollywood. Being involved in an international project, even based in India, but humongous success. You were not really wooed by Bollywood, well, till I think very recently now, which I'm sure you'll tell us about later. Not that it made any difference to you because you were swept in by the likes of Woody Allen and starred opposite James Franco. It's incredible. And Irfan, you went into Hollywood when you were a very intrinsic part of Bollywood already, mainstream Indian cinema. My question to both of you is, with the kind of experience both of you have had in the West, is what do you think? Because there are a lot of people who have tried and, well, it hasn't really worked for them, talent notwithstanding, from our industry. So what really do you think works? I mean, what really clicks? What do you think the international audience or the directors, are looking for, which obviously you all have made such a success out of?
Well, I'm going to say this for the last time, that I never shunned Bollywood. I always said my sensibility of Indian cinema is happening now and how. And I'm so glad it is, because I feel I can find my place now. And like Kalyani rightly said it, I have. I think if I myself find it very hard to answer that question as to what are they looking for. When I bagged those couple of films, it was right after Slumdog Millionaire. So in my head, I thought, it is because of Slumdog Millionaire. But the year after that, I bagged 2 big budget films. And I felt, okay, now the hype has died, so I'm guessing they want an ethnic minority girl in their film. And the year after that, I got a chance to play an Indian character in a Michael Winterbottom film, Trishna, which was received fairly okay in the West, but the fact that it was seen made me realize that it's going to be forever hard for us to pinpoint and say, this is what works for this year. It is forever going to change, and we have to change with that. Not change who we are, but change the way we think along with that. And I feel, for me, I'm constantly reinventing myself as well. If I have done something in the past, I want to try something different just to see if that will work. Yes, sometimes I'll fall flat on my face and it wouldn't be something that I should have done, but at least I know now. So for me, I think it's something that we constantly have to find within ourselves. And I think more than anything else, the one thing I have learned through going through all those meetings with agents and producers is that they want to see something that is originally yours. And I try to do that as much as I can. They not go in there and just talk about India, that's not what I meant, but something that you can uniquely bring to the film that they have never seen anyone else do before. So I guess that's the only way I can answer that question.
I think it's very difficult to put in words what they're looking for. Basically, they're looking for a business possibility, but it's not just business possibility, because they treat it as, they give enough importance to the creative aspect as well of this, this business of storytelling. I'll give you an example. I was offered a part in a series called In Treatment. My friend was producing that. But originally, that part was written as a Jew story. This series was about a psychotherapist and his patients. There were 4 stories. So there was one story about Jew. But then because namesake was accepted very well there, so they were thinking, why don't we use Irfan? So can we change his story to Indian story? They saw this possibility and they did it. And the way they did it, you see that series is an excellent series. It's a unique series. So they are looking for basically for business possibility, which has a kind of, where they see that, it has a universal language, they could make enough money on that, and, basically that.
I'm really, really sorry, but we have run out of time, so I cannot ask the audience to ask any questions, but I will give you a treat if Freida agrees. She's going to show us her best pose on the red carpet. Oh, come on. No, you're going to teach me an Irfan. Get up.
Ask a question.
No questions. We have no time. She's going to show us how it happens, since she is the darling. Okay, that's your paparazzi right there. Okay. Pose away.
Oh man, that's like...
Come on. Freida, clap.
I honestly think myself. I'd like to say that I do some really silly things on the red carpet. I've realized I talk a lot on the red carpet and people have like the funniest expressions of me. So the best thing to do is to not talk.
Okay, so I'm taking away the mic. And you guys have to be paparazzi. So come on, call out her name, call your friend's name out, make her pose. Okay, I'm done.